Hello and welcome to IOF Music Academy. I'll be your instructor today, Gibson Matu. That was a riff from the song Susanna from our very own Sauti Sol. It's a very nice riff. The song is driven by that riff and some other parts of the riff, which I'm going to teach you later in the lesson. Before we start the lesson, there are a few assumptions I'm making. Your guitar is in tune and you're ready to learn. But that riff comes from the major scale. So to learn the major scale, we have to learn the formula and the pattern. So we start with the formula first. The major scale is made of a formula. The formula is 2 whole steps, a half step, then 3 whole steps, and a half step. On the guitar, when I say a half step, I mean from here to here. Doesn't matter the string. From here to here, here to here, that's a half step. So a whole is a half plus a half. So from here, you skip one, then you go here. That's a whole step. So to make the major scale, we start from here. This is the starting point. We say whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. I'm sure you have heard that sound. That is do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, the sound. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You heard that sound. It's very common. The major scale is used in, I would say 90% of the music you'll hear has the major scale. So learning it is very important. It's going to help you learn a few riffs like the one that we did, and also it's going to help you figure out the notes you're supposed to play when you want to play a melody. So we are going to learn the pattern of the major scale. That was the horizontal pattern. So going horizontally, we say it is whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So now we can't play the guitar going this way always. We have to play vertically. That was the horizontal way. Now we need to go the vertical way. So we have 2 starting points. So I'm going to teach you 2 patterns which has 2 different starting points. The first pattern starts from this finger. So on the guitar, when you're playing, rest your fingers to make sure that each finger is on each space here, which is the frets. So when I want to play on this fret, I use this finger, and likewise on the others. So I'm going to start with this finger. So it doesn't matter where I'm going to start. The pattern will remain the same. So if I start from here, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then you go back to 1. So I'll start again from any other place. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. So with that pattern, you see, you start from, you go a whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, then half step. So that pattern remains no matter where you start, but there's an exception. Between the second and third strings, you need to change something. Here, the interval between the strings changes something. So where you are starting, let's say you are starting from here. You go from, this is 1, you are starting from this finger. 1, 2, normally we would go here, but on this string we have to move 1 half step forward. So it's supposed to be. So the pattern remains the same, but you just move it a half step ahead. So that's just the exception you need to remember. That is the first pattern. I'll repeat. You start with this finger. So you start from here, a whole step, then you go here, 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 here. Doesn't matter where you start. I start from here. Again. That is pattern 1. Remember, the exception is on these strings. Let's say I start from here. That is 1, 2. I should have gone here, but now I'm going to come here. That's pattern 1. So we are going to learn pattern number 2. Pattern number 2 starts with the small finger. So I start from here. You come to this first finger, then this one. I hope you get it. So you start from here, then you go to finger number 1, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, then whole step, half step. You see there's a small variation here. When I'm going to the last move, I move all of my hand back by half a step. So watch closely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. It doesn't matter where you start, the pattern remains. So if I start from here, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember the string, there's an exception here. So instead of going here now, I'll come here. The only exception is here, remember. You move everything a half step forward. So if it was supposed to be played here on a normal string, you move it here now. So I hope you remember that. So those are the two patterns of the major scale. I hope you memorize them and you keep them. You will see the pattern shape on your screen. So practice that so that now you can be able to learn the riff. So we learned the major scale formula. Now we are going to learn the patterns. So pattern number 1, going down. Pattern number 1, going down. You start with this finger. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, back to 1. Okay. Remember there's an exception between these two, the second and the third string only. When you are relating with these strings, when you go to the relationship between these strings has a half step behind. So if I'm starting from here, let's say that is 1. If I'm going 1, I start with this finger. 1, 2. I should have gone here, but in this case for this string I go here. So it's 1. That is the only exception. If I start from here, it will still go there. I should have come here, but now I'm forced to go here because of the relationship between these two strings. That's the only exception you have to remember. You can see the pattern in your screen. That is pattern number 1, going down. Let's do pattern number 2, going down. So pattern number 2 starts with a small finger. So you start from here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. I'll repeat again. Start from any place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Move a half step down. 7, 1. So this pattern has a movement on your, when you're moving to the last movement, you move back by half a step. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you're going to the 7, you move back by half a step. But if we use the relationship on this string, now things are going to change slightly. Remember, we have to move forward, not back now. So if I start from here, I move. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember this string, I should have moved here if it's the normal relationship, but now I'm starting here. Okay, listen to the sound. But on the other strings I should have moved. So that's the only difference. With those two patterns, you are ready to go with the major scale and play the riff from Susanna or from our very own Sauti Sol. We are going to now, on this session, we are going to do pattern 1, going back, that is going up. So we started from 1 down, then you're going to start from this side going back. What I mean is this, we started here in pattern 1. Now you're going to start here going back. So with the same pattern, just remember where you are supposed to place the fingers, but just moving back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Memorize that sound. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, guitar is pattern driven. When you think patterns, think numbers. These numbers are going to help you later as you continue learning music. So lesson, the pattern number 2, which starts with this finger going down, which is, now going backwards, remember we moved forward a little bit. So if I start from here, I'll go 7 1 7 1 6 5 4 3 2 1. But remember the exception. If I'm starting on this string, I'm not supposed to jump, so I'll just go. So it's the same pattern, just remember the relationship on this string. When you're moving from here to here, you move one step forward, a half step forward. So I repeat pattern 1, going back, it's 1 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. Now pattern 2, going down, 1 7 6 5 4 4 3 3 2 1. I'll start again from another point. 1 7 6 5 4 3 2 1. We are going to do the riff. I'll propose we learn it in number form. We learn it in number form. So it's simply driven like this. The riff goes like this. I'll sing it in number form. 1 2 3 2 4 4 5 4 3 2 3 2 3 2 7 1 1 2 3 2 4 4 5 3 4 5 4 3 2 3 2 7 1. I repeat one more time. So the riff goes like this. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 2 4 4 5 4 3 2 7 1. Doesn't matter where you start. That is pattern 1. I'll start any other point. I can start from here. 1 1 2 3 2 4 4 5 3 4 5 4 3 2 7 1. Any place you start, it will sound the same, because remember it's a pattern. So you just have to remember the numbers and follow the riff, the riff the way it's going. So if I use pattern 2 for the same riff, I'll start from here. That is 1 2 3 2 4 4 5 4 3 2 7 1. It's the same thing. 1 2 3 2 4 4 5 4 3 2 7 1. We've come to the end of the lesson, so practice slowly. Don't be in a rush. You can practice just as slow as. Even slower than that if you need to. That is pattern 1. Pattern 2 is. So you can start from any point. Don't mind the key. Just practice. Remember, we are learning the major scale. So your goal is to memorize the sound and the pattern. So that's the end of the lesson. Until we meet for the next lesson, we are going to build on the same song and learn more. So thank you so much.